6 months with my little baby, 6 months of breastfeeding. Mommy loves you, Kyla, so much. You guys have been on this journey with me as long as obviously I've been on this journey, which is now marking just over 6 months. As you guys know, October 26th, Kyla turned 6 months old. That was me being 6 months postpartum, 6 months of breastfeeding. As you guys know, my breastfeeding journey has been a journey, to say the least. Now, before I get into my journey, I just want to give a big props to all the women out there, all the moms out there that just feed their baby in general. Regardless of how you feed your baby, a fed baby is best. I'm just so proud of all the women out there and the dads that do both are just able to nourish their baby in whatever way that is. But I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of a recap on my journey, just in case you haven't heard it before. My intention was to breastfeed Kyla, so in the hospital, she did have some difficulty latching, but we figured all that out. I did have a nipple shield because I was cracking a lot and they were bleeding and it was very, very uncomfortable at that time. I did have the colostrum come in, and then Kyla finally learned how to latch on the nipple shield, but at least she was latched. And then about 4 days postpartum, my supply came in, and it came in so much, and this was expected because my mom had a very big supply also. It came in so much that my chest was literally like bricks. I had to start pumping about a week postpartum because I had so much milk inside of me that I started to get clogged ducts. I feel like I had about 100 ounces in the freezer at one point, where I literally did this company called Milkify that like freeze dries your milk so that this way it's like less, you know, in the freezer and it has a shelf life. I was able to do that, and I just had so much milk. And in this time, thinking back on it, I wish I took advantage of more pump sessions in that time, but we'll get back into that in a second. So over the last 6 months, I've had some really high highs and some really low lows. I've shared with you guys when I did have a really big supply dip. The cause of that supply dip, I still don't know, but you guys helped me so much in the comment section when it came to different home remedies, when it came to different supplements I can take to definitely up my hydration. You guys even recommended those booby bars. Cameron saw that comment. He got me a bunch of boxes of it, and it helped my supply so much, and I still take them now. But the issue that I'm facing now, 6 months of breastfeeding, which, by the way, I'm just so grateful that I was even able to get 5 days of breastfeeding or whatever it is. Thank you, babe.
6 months.
6 months is crazy. I can get emotional thinking about it because, like, that is such a big goal. Like,
let's go, baby. Let's go. Especially with your journey. Like, you went through a lot and you made it 6 months.
Yeah.
That's
6 months
big.
is a long time. And, like, to think that I made a baby for 9.5 months, 10 months, whatever you want to call it. And then 6 months after that, I was the main source of her eating and growing and stuff like that. For me, it's just a very heartwarming feeling. Now, like I said, this is not discrediting at all. Listen to me when I say this, not discrediting at all any mother that has to use formula or whatever the case may be. This is just my journey and my goal. But we'll get into formula in a second, which is another journey I'm really excited about. But yeah, so I've had some really low dips in my supply, and as you guys can see in my freezer stash, there's barely anything in there. And I'm not gonna say that I'm going through a supply dip right now. I think my body is just unable to keep up with the new amount of milk that Kyla needs to eat. Now, when I say that, Kyla is packing like, what would you say, babe? Like 5-6 ounces?
Yeah.
At the time when I was pumping out like 10, 12 ounces, it was fine because she would be taking 3-ounce bottles at the time. 4-ounce bottles at the most would pack her up. Now it's like this girl's taking double that. My baby's gotta eat. Like, I always wanna make sure that she has a full belly. I always wanna make sure that she's completely content. And the only times I feel like when she's completely content and completely full is when I'm home with her all day and I'm able to have her on my chest like this. So whenever she wants to eat, I'm on tap, you know what I mean? In reality of life and just being realistic, it's not realistic.
I mean, it comes down to the point where it's really hard for you because you have to sit there and you have to, like, I'm like, oh, she needs a bottle. You're like, oh no, like I can just feed her off of me. And then it's like, okay. But when it comes down to it, it's like now you're struggling around the house trying to make sure you have a bottle for nighttime. But then again, you can't even go out and do what you want to do because there won't be enough supply here for me to feed her.
Yeah.
But it's like, since she's eating more, your supply is like really,
it
now
just can't keep up with it.
Now it's like really low, and sometimes it's like there's nothing in the freezer because she's eating more.
Exactly. So it's like I'm mainly making enough of pumped milk for her to just have her night bottle pretty much. And it's like, for me to be able to do anything during the day, I have to make sure that I breastfeed her beforehand, which is fine, but sometimes she'll fall asleep on me and she won't have a full feed. And then it's like, if we transfer her to the car seat while she's sleeping, she wakes up hungry because she didn't actually eat fully. It's just a really like cycle. Moral of the story is, we're adding formula to Kylah's diet. Yeah. So this was something that was kind of difficult for me to come around in the beginning, because it's like, I wanted to be the main nourishment for her. It was kind of like, I don't want to say an ego thing, but I kind of let my goal of like trying to breastfeed only breast milk be like the forefront of everything. And in that time was when she was drinking 2-3 ounces, when I could fulfill her and could keep a freezer stash. But now that she's getting older, I know it's not realistic for my body for me to rush home in between appointments, because I need to rush home, make sure that he has enough milk for the next hour, and then go back out. Rush back in here, back and forth, this, that, and the other. It's just not realistic. So we decided that we are going to be supplementing with formula. So I've made it to 6.5 months, almost 7 months of exclusively breastfeeding. And then now we're going to add in at least 1 formula bottle a day.
We're not gonna just stop breast milk. Like, Tricia will be still giving her breast milk and still feeding her like now.
Yeah.
At least the formula will know that Kylah, which is number 1, will be eating like to the amount that she's supposed to be eating. And then 2, like, it could also help Tricia get like some storage back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put in some like extra work. Like, I'm not even gonna be missing any pumping or feedings, but if during one of those pump sessions she's hungry, at least we'll have like a backup, you know what I mean? Like, we'll have a formula for her. So it's going to be kind of a journey in itself of trying to pick out which formula is best for her and that works with her diet and works with her body. But I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a weight, especially off of your shoulders. I'm going to say off your shoulders, because I can't imagine the stress that he goes through. I mean, of course I stress as well, but like the stress that he goes through when he's home alone with her and there's, say, 5 ounces of milk in the freezer, and it's like, what happens if while I'm out you need more? You know? It's like, what is he supposed to do? So in those moments,
actually very I'm very proud that you recognize, like, you recognize that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because even though I don't breastfeed or anything, it's like you recognize like what I could be thinking about if I can't feed Kylah like at certain times.
It must be so scary. And then even think about it on the flip side. While I'm out having my me time of me getting my nails done or my toes done or my lashes done, trying to have some personal time, I'm trying to rush out of there as fast as I can, because I want to get home so that this way I can make sure that she has milk. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's not healthy for anybody. It's really not. So we're going to be supplementing with formula. We're going to figure out which one is best for her. We actually have a pediatrician appointment in a couple hours. And another thing that I feel like isn't even really a consideration sometimes, I told you guys, when you guys asked me how long I was going to breastfeed for, I said once Kylah starts biting, that's it. That came a lot sooner than I thought. This girl has 2 full-blown teeth at 6 months old. She actually had 2 full-blown teeth at 5 months old. And now, like the other day, I think I counted, she bit me about 30 times. I've started to become almost cracking again, like I was talking about in the beginning.
There's like marks. Like,
there's
Kylah leaves
little
marks.
Yeah, there's little marks all over me, and it's not that I'm gonna stop breastfeeding. That's not what's gonna happen. But in the scenario where maybe she's bit me 1 too many times and I'm raw, at least we'll have something to crutch back on. Like, okay, maybe let me take a break for a little bit. Let myself breathe. She can have a bottle elsewhere, and then,
So Kylah will be starting formula probably tomorrow. We got to see how she is with her 6-month shots. But we'll be making a video So make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video. Will be Kylah trying formula for the first time. Who knows? She might like it, and you just gotta see like what formula is good for her, if she's gonna have a reaction to any formula. So this is a new journey that we're gonna be starting with our baby. And we can't wait.
And not to make it like a super big deal, because I know some people from the jump start like supplementing with formula and stuff like that. And for us, this is just a big deal because for the first 6 months, almost 7 months of Kylah's life, she's only had breast milk.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a big deal for us, because she's never had it before. It's just like her trying food for the first time. You know what I mean? It's a different taste. I would think it's going to be completely different. And like we said, we're just going to be supplementing. I'm still going to be nursing. I'm still going to be pumping out milk. She's going to have both, but it'll be very interesting to see if she has a different face or whatever. So when I was still pregnant with Kylah, we went to this Bye Bye Baby event. There was this like really nice brand rep there for this brand called Bubs, I believe it was called. In my research of different formulas and stuff, I saw this brand and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a can of that in my cabinet. Obviously, like I've said to you guys, we haven't formula fed before, so I still have all the formula literally from, oh my gosh, I haven't been in this part of the cabinet in a minute. I have literally all the slow flow nipples from the hospital. I have, oh my gosh, so much Enfamil from the hospital that the hospital gave us that we never used. This is, all right, this is actually expiring January of 24. We're not gonna be using this one, so I think I'm gonna donate this like this week. So this way some moms can have this. I know formula is really expensive and I have that and it expires in like 2 months. So I'm definitely gonna be donating that this week. Formula I have is this one and this. What the heck? Where did this come from? Okay, this expires the end of next year and this isn't one that we would use anyway. So I'll donate all this stuff so that this way moms can have that. But this is the one that we do have.
Formula.
This one is not expired. Okay, good. So this one's 0 to 6 months. I don't even know if she could have this one. This is the one that we were gifted. It's called Bub Supreme with A2 beta casein protein.
0 to 6?
0 to 6, and she's 6 months, so I feel like that would be okay for her. One thing that makes me like a little bit nervous about the whole situation is getting her adapted to it, but I feel like once we nip it in the butt, like it'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me and Tricia, we have been, you know, formula has been a very big topic for us. Not only that, but this is gonna be nervous, like, for us to get her to start formula, because even my cousin, you know, he told me that his daughter was having reactions to different formulas and they had to go through like a trial and error. So even if you guys can sit there and comment down below like some formulas that, you know, your babies drink and they don't have bad reactions, even though babies are all different, like we'll have some type of like understanding of like, you know, like where advice to lean on. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be very helpful for us. Yeah, so when I was doing my research, I heard Bubs is really good. I've heard that Kendamil is really good, and that also you can get from Target. I've heard that there's a couple different ones that I heard are really good, but this one is also one. And since we have it, I guess we'll try this one, or at least bring it to the pediatrician with us and see what she says about it. In those moments, like I was telling you guys before, where Cam is home alone with her, or you know, somebody like a family member's with us, or if we're out and about, at least we'll have something we can rely on and not stress over. Come over to mommy right now. Hi. Girl is a eater, guys. She is a eater.
I know.
We want to make sure that baby is always full when she's hungry and never starving or half stomach full.
But let's like say really quickly, she was not hungry or starving beforehand. We're just thinking ahead for the future, especially because Cameron and I have a pretty long trip coming up within the next couple months, and I just can't see myself, maybe I'll surprise myself, I just can't see myself pumping out an 8 to 10 ounce bottle. I just don't know if that'll even be a thing.
She's 6 ounces and up right now.
Yeah, like at nighttime she has like a 5 ounce bottle, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, my baby. We're gonna probably try this out after she recovers from her shot situation, which if you guys want to see her get her 6-month shots, head over to our vlog channel, because we'll be heading over to the pediatrician later today to get that done. We'll be vlogging it for you guys, but...
Right, little Tricia?
Little Tricia. Are you saying that she looks like mommy?
She has her moments when she looks like mommy.
She always looks like her mommy, especially when she sleeps, right?
Daddy baby. She wants to grab my hair.
She does.
Daddy baby. So like flexible. She'd be pulling her foot up to her mouth, her forehead. Kylah is just one flexible girl.
You're just a big baby. Yes, you are.
One big baby. Flexible just like your mommy, right?
Yep.
Show them how you can crawl. Come on.
Come on, show them how you go. Come on, get the toy. Whoa!
Okay, little frog.
Where you going? She also does this thing where she like dances in place now. I'll put like a little video of her doing it right on the screen right now. But she does this thing where if we're like, dance, 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 she'll like bob her head and go like this. It's the cutest thing ever. But we do have a couple hours until Kylah's doctor's appointment. So we're just gonna sit here and chill out for a bit. And then, yeah, we're gonna go talk to the doctor about just all of her milestones and then also about the formula. So if you guys wanna know information of what we hear back from the doctor and then also just see Kylah at her 6-month doctor appointment, make sure you guys go head over to our vlog channel. That'll probably be up probably tomorrow for you guys, if not later on tonight. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for not only hearing me out with all this, but also like understanding where I'm coming from and like relating to me. Ever since I started breastfeeding and like became a mom in general, you guys have been there for me no matter what, like supporting me and giving me tips and just everything. So I love you guys so much, and I hope that like I can help some people also. And also don't forget, like I said, I will be donating that formula, but if any of you guys saw that formula and need it for yourself, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram and I'll send that out like tomorrow for you because I have it and we're not going to be using it.
Also, don't get discouraged if she doesn't answer because all of you guys might be gone already. So. Yeah,
literally. But those brands, I'll pop a picture up on the screen right now if I like went too fast, but let me know if you guys use those, and then if you do, I'll send it out to you guys. But thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for supporting us. I can't believe Kylah's 6 months. I'm 6 months postpartum and I've breastfed for 6 months, and you've been an amazing dad for 6 months. So props to you too, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like, yeah, I've been like a good dad and everything.
I've been feeding Kylah bottles, you know. Yeah. Something slight.
But we'll see you guys in tomorrow's lit video. Stay lit. Peace.